Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be experimenting with my modular setup, and as you can see, also with another modular setup. That's the one from Capitano, aka Patte. He lent me his modular setup. Check him out, he makes very good live techno. And yeah, I thought, okay, let's combine these two and see which sound I create. And yeah, I explain what I did, but first, let's hear it in context. Okay, nice. I will start with the pizza module I used as the first voice, and it's similar to the quadrantal swarm, so it's a digital oscillator with wave shaping and FM possibilities and also ring modulation. There are plenty of videos about that, about the functions, so I'm focusing on the musical aspect. And yeah, I like it a lot. Let's hear it in solo. Okay, very nice. So the tone shaping possibility makes it very interesting. And one thing I did is I used the pitch values from the second DFM for the shape. So the shape of the wave gets modulated by the pitch, and it's much more interesting. Let's hear it first without. Nice, okay. Then, as always, I use the Electus Versio for the atmosphere. And then for a build-up, also very nice, I used the shimmer from the Electus Versio to have more atmosphere before the kick hits again. Like that, okay. Nice. Then I used the Victor, and the Victor plays basically the same rhythm. But a little bit more higher. And it plays the same because both go into the quadrantal swarm, and the quadrantal swarm gets triggered by the Euclidean circles. And they use the filters from the quadrantal swarm, so it's more coherent, and yeah, it's like a little support for the pizza. And the Victor also sounds similar to the quadrantal swarm. So if you are interested in the quadrantal swarm, but you want it more smaller than that, then I recommend the pizza module. And yeah, I also use, of course, heads from my looper, but the table is not big enough, so I have the looper on another table. And also what's also very interesting is the Sherpa modular module. It's like the radio thing module. It's a similar concept. So you have samples, and yeah, a lot of people use it for atmospheres, like long samples, but you can also reset the sample and then it's like a one-shot sample. And that's very interesting because it's also useful for atmospheres when you reset the sample. For example, in this case, I trigger it with the Euclidean circles. Let's hear it. Okay, and with this knob I can change the starting point. And I highly recommend that, that trick, because with the Electus Versio you have a very nice atmosphere. Sounds almost like a synth. Yeah, it's very nice, and I would use it in a live situation when I'm out of ideas, for example, and I want like build up, or I want some time to think about what comes next. And yeah, it's a very nice idea machine in between my other synth voices. Let's try now out another radio station, so another sample. Let's re-trigger. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's very nice. So, yeah, I recommend it. And I actually, now interested in buying it again after I sold it a few years ago. And yeah, now we come to the Plaits. So it's not the original Plaits, but it's the same algorithm. And I used it in the intro jam at the end of the intro. And yeah, let's hear the voice. So it's a bit like an old school trance melody, and I liked it very much. Because, yeah, often when you play live techno it gets very abstract, and this kind of melody is more grounded, and yeah, you have more variety. And it should also be the same key as the pizza, so you get a nice transition. Okay, nice, okay. Yeah. So I hope you got some inspiration. I will also make a video with the Moog Labyrinth. And yeah, Capitano also wants to show us some of his tips and how he play his own live setup. Then yeah, stay tuned and see you in the next video. Bye.